distance when I don't have it on.
Yay! Hello, everybody. You are
Wednesday.
now, yes, in the orgasm zone. Mm, mm, mm. Thank you so much for joining us here. So, I was trying to get us a little music to come into, but, this dang on YouTube will always try to play 100 billion different dang on
Commercials. Yes.
all right. Just trying to give us a little smooth groove, little feel, little, something. Anyway, so yes, there you go. That's better. You are here in the orgasm zone. Thank you so much for joining us. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter on Wjzz Cool Tv, the coolest station in the world. And I am your host, Diamond D, joined in the studio tonight. Of course, my co-host, Miss
Devastating Dante.
All right, Devastating Dante. And we got a guest in the studio tonight. Y'all, tonight we have Miss Ed. Yeah, why don't you introduce yourself to the crowd?
Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is Ed Laney, and I'm excited to be here tonight. We're going to have some really good conversation this evening. So I don't have a sexy name like the other two ladies do, but at least not out in public. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
At least not out in public.
I'm just
That's
saying,
something.
lady in the streets.
All right. Nothing wrong with that.
Hey.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. So, right here in the orgasm zone, we like to stimulate you so that you can vibrate on a higher level, right?
Hey.
There's nothing wrong with being stimulated.
Vibration is always
Vibrating,
good.
right? We want you to feel good just because it feels good. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. And so, in the spirit of feeling good, yes. Miss Elania has a wonderful line of products that she's going to be showing and sharing, giving us some information on not only like the fun stuff, but the basic information and beyond basic information, so you can safely apply CBD and THC. See, I done had a gummy. I done had me a gummy. Wait a minute. And THC in a wonderful way. That allows you to be stimulated, as we like to say, and vibrating on a higher level, and still allow you to focus, but come through on the feel good, relaxing, healing. We all about healing here, and so that's what we're gonna chat about. We're gonna chat about that, and we're gonna have a little grown conversation about being a woman.
Hey.
Okay.
Being a woman and allowing men's space to be men. So I know this is a topic that perhaps folks are like, well, why y'all talking about that? Ain't no man out there talking about it. Well, I just want us as ladies to get a perspective from a woman on what it's like, just to honor men as men, to allow them the space to be who they are, to support them, to love them, to help them to feel good. Okay? That's why. Okay. Because sometimes we can hear it a little better if it's coming from our girlfriends, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Than if it's coming from a dude, even though he might be speaking truly from his heart. Right?
True.
True that. All right. So today's show is also sponsored by IJS Media, where you can express what you imagine. Check it out, IJS Media at ijs-media.com. You can get commercials or your baby shower, whatever it is that you want to record, or maybe you want to make, I don't know, some outlandish video about wearing your cape to work. Everybody got a cape. You got a cape.
I thought about doing something
I
like
can
that.
get a cape.
You can get a cape.
I can get a cape.
Okay, I suggest everybody get a cape. I got a cape, y'all.
I don't know you do.
My cape see through this was fine. Anyway, Yes, everybody go get cake. So you play in the cake, you just see how it feels to play in your cake. Okay, it's an experience. It's a wonderful, nice experience. Is what that is. All right. So we also have Project Wow going on. That is something that I am sponsoring along with IJS Media. So Project Wow, a few weeks ago we did the vagina monologues, and after we did the vagina monologues, we wanted to have a sort of extended experience of that feeling, right? And so one of the things that the lady suggested that we do is capture stories of women and their vaginas. All kinds of stories about you and your vagina. If you want a story, you and your vagina, I don't know. Maybe y'all go out on a date, me and mine do sometime. Write that story up. I don't know. Maybe you got a funny story about your vagina and made you laugh, maybe, it's all tiny penis. Or maybe there was some other stories about your vagina that if not you don't want to share but at least want to release. Okay? Maybe there's some stuff that you kind of need to let go of. And so whether or not you choose to share it, I am facilitating the space for support and love and healing and encouraging women to do that. Right. And then empowering them whether or not you share it or not. It's just all up to you. But you definitely want to get through the fantastic process. All right, so we got Marlon's Miracles, right? Marlon's Miracles.
Bless you.
Tell us about your company. Marlon's Miracles, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, has like a wonderful line of full spectrum products. CBD. Look at how nice
Thank you. We did that in house.
Yes, look at how
That was
nice.
done in house.
I'm sure she has another one. Yes, these are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, this is high class, and it's about being able to use the CBD for healing your body, for all the wonderful things, attributes that it has, for your skin, your hair. I don't know what you call the good stuff, the good nutrients, right? The good stuff, the good stuff. So, other than relaxing you and that kind of stuff, it's a lot of other stuff that Miss Atlania is going to kick it with us and tell us all about.
Awesome.
Yes,
Oh.
yes indeed, yes indeed, yes indeed. All right, Miss Dante, how you doing, sweetie?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's Happy Wednesday.
It's Happy Wednesday. I'm sure you're doing great over there.
It's hump day.
It's hump day.
Hump day's a good day.
Yeah, you're kind of quiet.
Oh, because I was just listening. And,
You started listening with a little commentary.
oh, well, I don't really know what to say. I mean, I do, but we on here, so, I was just going, Lord, let you.
She was chilling.
Yeah.
And did you have a good day today, Miss Atlanta?
I did. I had a really good day today. Did some homework. I'm working on my master's, so
Oh, okay.
yes.
How excellent.
Girl, sometimes I'm thinking, am I too old to be doing
No,
this?
not at
You're
all.
not. You're not.
Watch you do it, watch you do it.
Right.
Yeah, so worked on my master's, some homework for that. I'm actually starting up a podcast, so
Okay.
was working on that.
Alright.
Because I'm not necessarily what I consider technically inclined. So just, it took a minute to figure out why I couldn't hear anything. And, because I bought a cute little microphone.
Right, I got all
my
the
little
stuff.
pop thing to
I
go
got all
over
your
it.
pop
And
filter,
my pop
okay.
filter, thank you. And I'm all da-da-da with my little intro. And then I go to play it back. And I'm like, okay, I don't hear anything. All right, well, let me make sure my mic is on. Because sometimes I turn it off,
Okay.
No, mic is on. Okay. All right, well, let me make sure that it's okay, it says it's connected to this one. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's looking at that as my speaker, too. So that could probably be why I'm not hearing nothing from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, once I corrected that after
Okay,
about 20 minutes, then
there we we go. There we go.
And then it was
It's
working.
a process.
I'm
It-
pretty
it
sure
was.
you did better than I would have.
And then you learn, right?
Exactly. I think after that, I took a half of a gummy to calm myself back down, and I was like, okay, I need some of my CBDs in, But so it was a good day today. It really was, and I was really excited, looking forward to meeting you all and coming here and with all the exciting things that we're going to discuss today. I'm really excited.
Yeah, well, first I just want to get folks familiar with who you are, what you do.
Okay.
You've already shared that you're in school working on your master's. What is your master's going to be?
In interpreting, I'm bilingual
Okay.
between English and ASL, so
Okay.
that's my second
Oh,
language.
okay, all right. So ASL is American Sign Language, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know. And what else? What else you up to?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so of course the owner of Marlon's Miracles.
Okay, right.
Marlon is my mom because a lot of people are like, well, who is Marlon? Is Marlon your husband? Like, who is Marlon? I was like, my
Okay.
mom.
Oh, okay.
But that's Marlon with an A, not an I. So if anybody's looking for it, it's MARLANS
Yes.
Miracles.com. So in case you guys are looking for it. So I was named after my mom, who was a registered nurse, and she believed in the balance of both worlds, Eastern and Western medicine.
Okay.
And actually, before my mom died, we used CBD to manage her Parkinson's. And it was lovely to be able to have the honor to be able to take care of her,
Yes.
during that time. And just awesome support from my husband and my family to be able to move her in and just focus on my mom during that time of her transition. But on our website, you'll see one of the quotes from the Bible that says, "The leaves of the trees are for healing the nations." Because everything that we need to keep ourselves healthy, to heal ourselves, it grows somewhere. God gave it to us. It grows somewhere. And I know that with CBD, with hemp and cannabis, marijuana, it's all cannabis. Whether you call it marijuana, hemp, it's all cannabis. And but it grows. Like God put it here for a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason that it's here.
Produce seeds so it can continue to produce.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Absolutely. And there's so many things that it does to heal people when you start to research it. Because growing up, we get the stigma that, oh, that's a drug. It's a gateway drug.
Yes.
And it's not a drug.
It's not.
And I was an article I was reading that said if cannabis was discovered today, they were like, oh my gosh, it's like the miracle herb
It's the
because
miracle.
it helps with all of these different
they
things.
would be like, it grows from the ground. It's so natural. It's the bestest, right?
Exactly. And
That is so great.
it's an awesome thing, and I really want to encourage people to study it more, to really understand more about it. The fact that states that have a high CBD usage have a low opioid addiction and abuse rate. People have said, and just let me put this disclaimer that nothing that I'm saying is like a medical, like saying that it's going to cure anything. You need to talk to your doctor. I'm not giving any medical advice. We'll just throw all that out. The full disclaimer is on the website, so I'm pointing to that. So if I didn't say it now, it's on the website, all of that. Okay. So, because, we have to be real careful with what we say. It's amazing that I can say, a chemicalized drug will do this, but when it comes to something natural, we have to be so careful in what we say. But you have all these stories.
That's because the medical community want to make all the money, and they you better, don't be, hey.
Yes, And so it's just wonderful to see that people are using and have experienced success with overcoming addiction by using CBD. It's helped them with their pain. It's helped them with sexual dysfunction, which we'll talk about today, and enhancing that sex life because, sex is important.
So let's do a little something right there. So we usually have a little segment. Either a sexy spice or freaky fruit, and that's exactly what we talk about, things that enhance the libido. So this would be a perfect segue for us to take a moment and let's talk about how this fantastic herb enhances our sensual and sexuality.
Yes. Two of my favorite things, CBD and sex.
Yay!
Well, because a woman's sex life and her sexuality is such a big part of her power and her femininity, and I don't think we always embrace that or realize that. And so, but when we do, I just think it's an awesome awakening that we can have as women. But a lot of women experience a lot of different sexual dysfunction, and men.
Yes.
Some women have what they call, let me see if I can pronounce right, vaginismus. Oh Lord, it's VAGINISMUS. Okay, that word. And basically, what it is the condition that a woman's vagina will start to spasm. And contract whenever something's trying to be inserted. Like it could be a penis, it could be a tampon, it could be
Anything.
a finger.
It just be like,
And yes, and it can be mild to severe. It can
Oh
be
my
extremely
God.
painful. It can be uncomfortable. Then you have things like vulvodynia, which is vaginal pain. I mean, you have a lot of these different things that occur that CBD, some people have said, again, not a medical claim, have actually helped them with because taking it internally, it can help with that anxiety. We know that whenever a
Yes.
woman is feeling anxious,
it's hard.
it is hard to
get her
relax
going.
and exactly and
yeah.
to be able to relax and to enjoy because we need about 45
Yes.
good minutes before we catch up. I always say like women are more like crock pots and men are more like microwave ovens, you know, so it takes a little bit longer for us to warm up and get into the party.
Right.
But if you have any kind of stress or anxiety related to that, it's really hard because we're stuck in our brains.
That's
We're stuck in our head. So CBD can help to relax a woman and help her be more accepting and more like because she wants to be willing, but she's just got all this going on, right? So it can help calm her brain, calm her down, relax her, make her be more focused on that moment. See, right there, CBD. Using it can also it may help with inflammation that she's experiencing or pain because sometimes just the thought that this is going to be painful will stress you out. So if you have something that you know is going to help and you've experienced success with helping with that, can help you to relax more too. And then on the male side, CBD, some people have said that it helps when it comes to erectile dysfunction. Now, not necessarily if it's from a nerve issue, but if it's from a circulatory or a cardiovascular issue, it can help with that circulation as well as with women. It can bring that blood flow down. It can open up those blood vessels and get things more sensitive. Right, hello. And get things, you know, because
circulation.
Yes, because I don't know if people realize, but women, we get erections.
Yes.
And some women don't realize that, but
Yeah, that's when that click get on.
yes, that
Look
clitoris.
like a little mini.
And
mini
just in
penis.
case women don't know, but there is an actual function of the clitoris. And I usually ask people, I ask people, do you know what the function of the clitoris is? And but a lot of women are like, well, I don't know. Like, what is it? What is the actually for? It is literally just like you said. It is your pleasure button. It is your personal happy button.
There you go.
And that is
the fun zone.
Yeah, and that is what it's for. That's its job.
Over 8,000 nerve endings, people.
Yes, more than the tip of a penis.
Way more.
That's probably why I like getting mine licked.
So it's got a lot of nerve endings, and it's not just the little clitoris that you see, but it actually has legs that go up and behind. So that's where that G-spot comes into play. You start stimulating that G-spot. There's just a whole lot. So it's not just that little button, but all of the areas around it and on top of it. And there's just a whole lot that goes on.
And there are all kinds of different orgasms that you can have.
Yes.
From vaginal penetration
Vaginal.
to clitoral stimulation.
G-spot.
Oh, baby.
And that's why I think it's good when you're having sex to slow down. I know, like, a lot of times men just want to get in there. They want to do. They just get so excited. They're ready to run to that finish line. Yeah, but this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. For women, the slower we can take it, and the more we can focus on those sensations and those feelings, you actually can start. Yes, absolutely. You know, because the like they say, happiness is in the journey. And sometimes we are so focused on crossing that finish line that we don't enjoy the journey.
We ain't smelled none of the flowers along the way.
Exactly, because as women, you can have, believe it or not, women, you can have a very satisfying sexual experience and never even have an orgasm. There's so much between the beginning and that orgasm that, like, it's just, there's a lot. And even more, it's like once you really can enjoy that, you'd be surprised that after you have that orgasm, it's like an earthquake. You have these little mini earthquakes that can happen afterwards.
Aftershocks.
Yeah, the aftershocks.
Thank you, the aftershocks. And this comes without touching. This comes just as a natural part of your body now trying to calm itself down.
Right.
That as you calm yourself down, you're having these other but that happens because you allow yourself.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, no, but because you allow yourself to slow down for a moment, to relax, and to enjoy the entire journey. and not focus on the destination. And I know that's hard for some men because they want to know that they got theirs and want you to get yours. I mean, if you're with a good person, they want to know that you get yours.
What?
But as women, you need to understand that we are built to have a very different experience. We are built to have, I almost want to say, a bigger experience than men do in the bedroom. Like, I wouldn't trade my clitoris for a penis. I mean, nothing against anybody that's transgender. That's not an attack against anybody. But I just want to say, for me, because of that experience, I love how sensual it is for us, how it's mental and physical for us, and that literally, I don't know if women understand that. Do you know that you can actually have no physical touch and still
have an
climax?
orgasm?
Yes.
We were all here talking about that.
Yes, like we are just. It's like there's a cord that connects our brain to our like there's like this cord that's connected, and it's just like, oh my gosh, if we're just from head to toe. You know, so I mean, there's just a lot. So we need to slow down sometimes, and I think using products like CBD help to relax you, help you to slow down and be in that moment, so you can truly connect with your partner, and you can walk away feeling satisfied, feeling fulfilled. You know, like you're not hungry now.
All right,
girl. Yes, I'm just saying. Okay.
I hope all y'all is getting fulfilled tonight as you are watching the Orgasm Show here on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world.
Hey.
We are streaming live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So check us out. Be sure to like, follow, share, subscribe, comment if you like. And then, let us know how you feel. Okay?
Yes, definitely.
How you felt about the show. All that good stuff. Feedback.
What
We
she
like
said.
feedback.
Yes.
Okay. So my bad. You know we have to do our drop. So let's get back to our sex talk. CBD and sex. That's what we're doing tonight. Okay. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So we were talking about all the wonderful ways in which CBD contributes to not only male sexual experiences, stimulation, satisfaction, but also to the woman. And then we were actually getting into the fact that, women have this full body experience in orgasm. If you take your time and, do it right.
Exactly. And connect, Connection is so important.
Yeah, it makes it totally different.
It does. It's a different experience.
Because then that introduces intimacy, right? And intimacy is something in of itself.
Whew. Intimacy is just such. Like that intimacy.
It has nothing to do with sex.
No.
Yeah, because you know how some people say, like, what's your favorite position? And, like, mine's is, like, it really depends on the person. Because with others, it may not be the same. And then, I don't know.
People, I don't want them in my face. I don't want no go back there. So,
but then also with women that experience any kind of sexual discomfort, certain positions, depending on like the size and the shape and curvature of the man, can also dictate how
cowboy or reverse
exactly. And so if you are a woman out there who and so if you are a woman who does experience some of that, then positions that where you are in control, that you can control the depth, you can control the rhythm, those are the positions that you want to focus on more, because one, it's going to make you less anxious if you know I can control all of this.
Y'all hear that?
And then as you become more accustomed, then you can, maybe switch over to some of those other positions. But position is like really important. It's not just about pleasure, but sometimes it's the avoidance of pain or the avoidance of discomfort, so that you can enter into that pleasurable area, and you can move into that deeper level, and then with the intimacy aspect, I think, a great way to define intimacy when it comes to you and your partner, because there's so many different kinds of intimacy, is when you can be with your partner and you can feel that sexual pleasure just being near your partner, just holding hands with your partner. Like,
that's the best ever.
Yes, girl, yes.
Y'all could just give each other that look, and it's like,
and you just feel it, and it's like it's always there. That energy that you would exchange when you're having sex, you exchange that energy throughout the day when you see each other. Like that is just like that's just like next level. I'm just saying.
And then that's a build up for us, because
Like that's just. Ooh.
And then it go pew.
Yes, you can tell I'm happily married. Okay.
All right.
You know, I always joke and tell my husband we need to write a book on relationships. But because
that would be fun.
well, when I get done with this book that I'm co-authoring, and
So speaking of the husband, so you have this business. Your husband has a
clothing store. Yeah, so we have Rack Certified. It's on Southfield Road between 12 and 13 Mile. It's in the same shopping plaza as Burlington.
Okay, yeah.
So if you look at Burlington and you look to the left, go down 2 doors, you'll see Rack Certified. That's his store.
Right.
Well, I mean, they're both our stores, but that's the one that he manages. We have clothes in there. We have face shields, clothes, wigs, lashes, dresses, men's wear. We have custom wear. So if you want something that's customized, we can do that for you. We have purses, just shoes. Oh my gosh! I mean, there's so many things that we have in there in that store, and then in the CBD store that's in Waterford, Michigan, off of Telegraph and West Huron. So if you're on your way to 1200 in Pontiac, you'll pass us. So we're right. There's a Walgreens on the corner of Telegraph and Port Huron, and Cata Corner is what's the store that took over Mr. Allen's? Snipes. Yeah, that's like Cata Corner, but we're behind the Walgreens for Marlon's Miracles. So, and then you guys can always call too. So can I give our number?
Yes, please.
So if you want to call, yes, I'll give you everything. So if you want to call us, the number is 888-660-0383. I'll repeat that one more time for people writing it down. 888-660-0383. The website is Marlon's Miracles, MARLANS Miracles with an S.com, and then you can always email us at care@marlonsmiracles.com. So, and then if you want to reach me to get information on Rack Certified, you can do that as well. It's all love. So
it's all love. That's right.
It's all love. So you can do that too.
It is all love. So I want, speaking of all love, once again, this is a good segment. I want you to share your story about meeting your husband. Speaking of
like
your husband.
So like how we got married, or
how y'all
So so my husband and I, he wasn't a stranger. So we met many years ago. He wasn't a stranger, but we reconnected after we were both divorced. Actually, at my job, I was hosting a tax incentive workshop, and he was a financial advisor at the time. And so he came up to me and started talking to me, and of course, I'm not always the friendliest, and so he had to
what do you want?
Right, he had to tell me who he was for me to be like, oh, okay, right.
Guard down.
Exactly, right, just right. So some time had passed, and we would talk on the phone, on occasion. We had never gone out. We didn't see each other for probably a year and a half after that time period. And we decided we would go out, but it was just like a friend thing, And he even asked me, did I want to go out just as friends, or was I trying to pursue something? And I was like, no, just as friends. I've been divorced, and I realized that my relationships weren't lasting very long because my tolerance level was very low. And you need to be tolerant when you're in a relationship with anybody, even with your children. You have to be tolerant of other people and give them their space to be them. And I just was not ready to do that. So I decided I just need to spend some time with me. Plus, I don't know if you met me, but I'm awesome. So I'm good with being with me. I don't have a problem with that. I'll take me out to eat, because I like me. And you might see me having a conversation with myself. And please say excuse me before you butt in, because it's rude.
I know that's right.
So I made it clear to him that we could just be friends. And anybody that I spend time with, I like for them to meet my mom. My mother and I had a very unique relationship, and I'll try to talk about it without crying through it. But I never know when it's going to hit me, so it's only been 2 years since she's been gone. So I wanted him to meet her, not because this is my boyfriend or anything like that. He's just a friend. But my mother gets a funny feeling about somebody, then you can no longer be my friend. Okay, that's just
right.
And I've cut people out that my mother was like, Male and female. Okay, great, because she sees something I don't see, and I know she loves me. So,
Right.
like this
Right.
other person you knew in my life, I don't know you like that. So, I had them sit down and meet, and the next thing you know, he's telling her, "Oh, Eleni is so beautiful, and she's so intelligent. She can talk about world affairs, and I really want to marry her. And I think we should date 2 to 3 years before we get married. Since we both have children." And my mother was like, "Well, I think 3 years would be good." None of these people at this table asked me my opinion. What did I think? I thought I had made it clear to everybody that
This is my friend.
this is my
This is
friend.
Excuse me.
Like that's it.
Excuse me.
Like he asked me out on a date, and I said you could come and watch me study because I was working on my first degree at the time. You come and watch me study. Like who gives up going out to a restaurant? No. I just want to make it clear that
That turned him on.
It seemed to have.
yeah. So he came and he, sat with me while I studied, but I just really wanted to be real clear that I was not at the time looking for a relationship. Well, when they got done trading me, for a sack of flour and 2 mules,
You all together.
my mother tells me he's sexy, which I'm like, okay, Mom, and you can't break up with him. Okay, there was nothing to break up before the two of you all sat down and
Y'all
constructed
get
this.
us together.
Exactly. So they literally sat down and arranged a marriage between us, and I'm just like, okay, well, I'm an obedient daughter, so okay, well, I guess we're gonna see how this works out. And that was October 3rd, 2004. That was 17 years ago. So we just celebrated actually being together for 17
That's
years.
beautiful.
And we've been married for 13 and a half years.
Yes.
And can I
And
tell
you were
you?
married before.
Yes. Yeah, we were both
So,
married before.
yes.
Yeah.
Love can happen, folks.
It really can. Oh my God. I tell people, I can't tell you that it's something he does is why I love him. I love this man. Like, I can't even, it's like with all of who I am, I love him.
Oh.
I love him. He may not be perfect for everybody else, but honey, he is so perfect for me.
That's
He is everything that I need to have in a person for me. He is exactly what I need.
Oh,
He is
that
exactly
so
what I need. And
beautiful.
I love, oh my gosh, I love him again.
That is
I
so
do.
wonderful.
After all, I mean, and he just, we have deep roots, and when people say, relationships are hard, marriage is hard. No, I did hard, and that didn't work out. This is not hard. It's always work. You always work
It's
at
work,
anything.
and work is different from it being hard.
Exactly. Thank you. It's
Alright.
very different. It's work because you always put work into anything
Right.
that is worth it.
That's right.
You
Grocery shopping is work.
it's work. Thank you.
But you
Cooking
get
is
groceries
work.
is work, but you get gratification.
Exactly.
afterwards,
But it don't mean
right?
cooking has to be hard.
It doesn't.
Because you can enjoy cooking, you
You
can enjoy the
can.
work you put in, and
There
then the
you
fruit
go.
of your labors.
And it's
You know,
wonderful when you get to enjoy it all, right? And put it all
Exactly.
together, right?
girl, yes. And so
Mm.
I love that, and I always try to tell people, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard. It can actually be really good and a lot of fun and comfortable.
And if it's hard, maybe not.
Because if you have your best girlfriend, you would probably say you work at showing each other you love and care about each other, but you wouldn't necessarily say it's hard.
No.
Not at all.
And
Right.
so sometimes I think as women, especially black women, we accept things in relationships that we shouldn't accept, either because we don't think we have a choice, or we
Worried about what somebody else gonna say.
somebody else is gonna say. Because I truly always tell people that when it comes to how your relationship is, you get to define what works for you in your relationship. It's not about other people's expectations. It's not about what other people tell you should do, you could
Right.
do.
Yes.
It is what works for the two of you. You all get to
Right.
define your relationship and
Right.
what works for you, But as women, I think, for black women at least, because, that's what I identify. So, I think that it's important to understand that we have to embrace the power in our femininity. And like I was telling you on the phone, a lot of times we're so used to having to play the male and female
Right.
role in so many things. We see our
Too
mothers and
strong.
our grandmothers do it, and we have this "I don't need a man" kind of attitude. And yeah, I may not need a man to pay a bill or need a man to change my tire, but I need a man. So
Yes,
let's be. I'm a
say
woman.
it.
That's how I was made. I need a man, and I have the man that I need. Thank the Lord. but I need him.
Right.
I need him, and it's okay to say that you need him. You know.
I don't have a man and I need one, so I understand.
Girl, thank you.
And I
Okay.
understand completely what you said, because I kind of hate when I hear women say that they don't need a man, because you do. Because even if you are playing the mother and father role, you're still not playing the father role. You're just going extra, because you can't, especially if you have a son or a daughter, you can't really teach your daughter how it feels to be loved by a man, because you're not a man.
You're not a man. Exactly.
And just like you can't teach your son how to be a man because you're not a man.
Exactly.
So, that's where, and I say not even financially, just for balance, I think too, for the house, just balance for yourself, because just having that somebody to go to, or if you having a bad day, or that gets you without saying nothing, like those are things like I think that you need. It will make your life way more pleasurable.
Absolutely. I think it makes that journey smoother.
Yeah.
And I think as Black women, we need to harness our femininity, our power, because a lot of times we can come across as very masculine. And like I was telling you before, a man, and again, nothing against my gay people out there, my gay folks or transgender, nothing like that. But a straight man does not want to be with another man. He wants to be with a woman, even if that man has a vagina.
Yes.
Understand that if we present ourselves as a man, it doesn't matter that you dressed up, you look like a woman, that you have a vagina. You are representing yourself and presenting yourself as a man. So that man is not going to want to be with you.
Right.
And I know women who are gorgeous, and they're like, it's been like 10 years, I can't find a man to save my life. I don't know why, because I see them all day, at the grocery store, they at the gas station, they at the bank. I mean, and I know all of them not taken. So what is it, what are you projecting that gives the impression that you're not attractive, when you are obviously physically attractive, but because you're projecting yourself like a man. Even when you argue with someone, when my husband and I, we don't have arguments in the traditional sense of the word. One, we don't disrespect each other. We don't call each other out our names. We don't raise our voices. We both have there's this level, and it's like this. That's it. That's it. So we need to table this to another time. But we don't hold on to resentment. Like, we can be upset about something that's going on, but still show love to each other. Like, we separate that. But when we argue with each other, I don't come to him and treat him like I'm a man, because men are warriors. And if you step to him like you a soldier, he gonna step back to you like you one too. No, I'm not I'm a woman. I'm feminine, so I'm going to come to you with my feminine energy and talk with you and discuss how I feel and what's going on, and we'll discuss it. And then I know he hears me. But if I just step to my husband like I was a dude, step to my husband, be like, what? Because then you get treated like a dude on the street.
Right.
But that's not what we want. And so sometimes we have to learn to let that I don't want to say heaviness, but we've got to let some of that go and really just kind of really get into our feminine energy. We're co-creators with God. I don't know, we are powerful. I mean, we are literally what are they called? Portals from the spiritual world to a physical world. A person cannot go from that state of existence unless they pass through the portal that is a woman. That's a lot of power. We are co-creators with God. We are powerful. And instead of embracing that creative, that feminine energy, a lot of times we want to embrace that masculine energy, and that affects our relationships.
That is beautiful. I thank you so much for that, because I'm struggling with my masculine energy. I'm not really struggling with it. It's cool, but I'm struggling with it and trying to play with the boys nicely. In a way that is, not so. I don't even know what word.
It can be a struggle, especially if you're independent. Like, I am super independent.
Yes.
Like, when I tell you, when I talk about changing a tire, I can change a tire.
Right.
I can change a tire. I can do some light electrical and plumbing work. I can,
Exactly. All that kind of stuff.
Those things.
So,
I was raised by a single mom I was raised by a Black woman. I know how to do these things.
Right.
But best and believe, if something's going down, I'm gonna look at him, because if something happened, I don't need my husband running behind me talking about baby get him. No. I'm running behind you, because you the first line of defense.
Now my previous situation, he.
He be running behind you.
And so I think some of the stuff, like the way I interact sometimes, is because I just like I had to lead. I had to lead. I had to lead. Even with a man in the house, I had to.
And I understand that. I understand that from past experience, you know. And this is why I think it's important. I think I told you that I'm working on my online course. I'm doing so much. But I want to say I'm setting up a course to help women have triumph after trauma, to be able to have healthy relationships after going through traumatic experiences, which even goes back to sexual, because we have a lot of women, especially black women, we've gone through some type of sexual trauma. And again, we're ready to, our bodies tense up. We need the CBD to help us relax, you know, and to help us connect. And because a lot of times you might want to connect and you can't relax enough to connect, and you build up this tension, and then you take this tension and negative energy, and now and now
wall that you're building up and all
exactly, and now you're having some issues and you can't connect. So you have this like endless cycle of things that go on.
You are so right.
I think it's important to have those healthy relationships and have relationships with other women. You know, I know a lot of women say, "Well, I can't deal with women. Oh, they're just so catty. They're this, they're that." Some of them are, but I can't say
Not all women are.
Not all women. And the fact that you are a woman and that I'm a woman, we have a unique experience. We should have a unique connection, right? Like when I go into a room, the first thing I look for is how many black people are in this room. That's the first thing. And how many are women? You know, that's the first thing, because a lot of people, based on how I sound, they just make certain assumptions about me, you know.
You sound white on the phone, and
yes.
You do.
And I've had people meet me and be shocked when they see me, because they're like, "That's not what I was expecting. You're not at all." What
I said, sister locks.
Right.
Yes, I am.
Not only did she call it sister locks. Right.
Yes, I am happy to be nappy. Okay. But I get that a lot, but that's only because, and yes, I was born and raised in Detroit, and I tell people, you know, don't get it twisted just because I can conjugate a verb.
Right.
My mother had expectations.
Right.
Certain ways that she wanted me to be able to present myself when I was out and about, certain things that she wanted me to be able to do. So, yeah, I am who I am. I sound the way I sound, but that doesn't negate my experience here and who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I think that's important. And I do want to, can I give a shout out about my book?
Yes, give a shout out about
so
your book.
I have a book that I'm co-authoring called Courage in Cannabis. And it's an anthology. It's actually put together by Dr. Bridget Williams. She's a cannabis doctor. And we actually went to high school together. We went to all girls college prep high school together. And she actually got through family medicine, she got introduced to medical cannabis for some of her patients, and then later decided to actually start to educate people about it. So she's putting together this book and asked if I would be one of the co-authors. So be on the lookout for that. If you're on my
on the lookout for it.
If you're on my Facebook page, I do post a lot of things on my Facebook page. If you send me an email, I can send you the correct spelling of my name so you can find me on Facebook, because I have one of those kind of names. Because, you know,
y'all see it in the post.
Yeah, it's long. It's hyphenated in the beginning. It's hyphenated at the end. I love my mama. She was
my mama. She's so creative. My name. So we got a lot going on tonight, and before we get into the next segment, we just want to make sure that we shout out and let people know, in case you did not know, that you are here on the Orgasm Show. Ooh. Yay!
We love our orgasms.
Yes, on Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Yes. We are streaming live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And tonight we've just been having such a wonderful conversation about CBD, about love, about relationships, about how to be a lady for the fellas. And I must say, I really appreciate some of the stuff you were saying towards the end there about that distance, that connection, the trauma. Because I was sexually assaulted, and so as a result, some of that feeds into all of that, feeds into being able to have relationships with men right now. And I have a friend who is such so kind. I appreciate him so much. Thank you so much, Karan. But he told me that I mentioned something about being, emotionally unavailable, and he said, "Yeah, you suck at it. You're so distant." I'm like, well, thank you for your honesty. So I truly, truly appreciated that, because then I was able to really sit back and assess, like, even though I might think that I don't know what I be thinking, but it's not coming across as that. It's coming across as very guarded. It's coming across, you can see all shades, all the windows up, shades, or I can see it, okay? And so, I appreciate what you were saying, that you have to let your guard down, and just let them in a little, and, if you want to be patient, be patient.
So, do you know who the first person you have to let your guard down to?
Who?
Is yourself.
Myself, my own guard.
You have to, yes. There's things about yourself that you need to look at. You need to analyze. You need to understand and accept, or even admit. A lot of times when, especially like if we go through therapy or what have you, we have these breakthroughs, but a lot of times is that we have a guard around us for ourselves. So it's hard for you to let your guard down with somebody else until you get to know who you are and let your guard down with yourself. And accept the good, the bad, the ugly about yourself and be okay with it, And then once you're okay with who you are, because like I know I'm not perfect. But I'm perfect for my husband. But I know I'm not perfect, but there's things about myself that I have accepted. And then there's some things I'm like, okay, I'm going to need to work on changing some of these other things, But I think that also helps, because then when you have a person that's your partner in your life and they do talk to you about things, you're not so like, I can't believe
I know, right?
You're like, you know what? Okay, let me take that for a moment. Let me analyze it, and let me work with that information that you're giving me, and instead of feeling like you're attacked and now your defenses go up and then you attack back, when really they were just saying, sweetheart, I just want a little extra salt on my chicken. Like I didn't say you weren't a good cook. I just
a little more salt.
Right, and we take something that's this big and we make it huge because we have not let our guard down with ourselves. Right. And so I think that's the big thing, is really owning who you are, liking and accepting who you are. And the things that you don't like, change. The things that you like, you like. Well, it don't matter if anybody else like them. Like I've been watching, I've been watching a lot of TikTok videos, and people are like really expressing themselves with their bodies. And I have to say, wow, there's a lot of very courageous women on TikTok.
It is. Working them knees and all that kind of stuff. And they just
working a whole.
All right now.
And they doing it. And they're not size 6s or 16s. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to, and they are doing it, and they are proud of who they are. And and I'm like, wow, like the strength that it takes to be so comfortable with who you are, that you are willing to expose who you are and to let people know I'm okay with this regardless of what you say, and to open yourself up for that criticism
I know.
from somebody, and to be okay with it.
For me losing weight, especially from the guys, that's what I say, but my butt was like way bigger. So I get a lot of idiots, or I get women that say it too. Like, dang, you lost all your butt. I was unhealthy as fuck, okay? I was really unhealthy in real life, and I still have a butt. It's just not as big, but I don't give a fuck what you like. It's not about you. It's about how I feel when I look in the mirror, because I didn't do this to get acceptance for you, or anybody. When I started going to the gym, it was because when I looked in the mirror, I didn't like what I seen.
Exactly.
And I was crying, and I was miserable, and my camouflage clothes wasn't working no more. So that's when I said, I'm going to change this, and I'm going to stick with it.
And you did it for you.
Right. So I know what you mean, because sometimes, and especially when you do it for you, you're not going to take maybe the criticism the same way as you would as if you did do it for yourself.
Exactly. And I love that you said you have to do it for you. Anything that you do, whether it be trying to get into a relationship because now you feel like you're ready, or trying to overcome some type of sexual health issue, or losing weight, or any of those things, it has to be because it's something that you want to do for yourself. It is not about doing it for your partner, for your family, for anybody else. It has to be because you want to do it for you.
Do it for you.
Yes, I agree with you.
I love that you said that.
So speaking of doing it for you, it's a good place to insert a vibrator joke. But speaking of doing it for you,
Look, I brought my big bag.
yeah, okay. Speaking of doing it for you, I'd like for you. Let's take some time and go
I
through
got our whole
these products
Girl, see, look, I'm a
that you
true
do
hustler,
for you.
okay? Look,
That
I'm
you're
a true
doing for
hustler.
you. So you have this
Okay.
hydrating facial cleanser,
Mm-hmm.
right? CBD, folks. CBD.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, and it's part of our product,
This-
our facial product line.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So our CBD cleanser, I always tell people it is not a soap. It is a cleanser. It doesn't dry your skin out. And it has like some peppermint. It smells so like this is like the best smelling thing we have. And you put it on, and then you rinse it. Rub it
Right,
in. And,
right.
I like to use a face cloth on my face because it's natural exfoliation. You would never believe I was 65, right?
I want to look like you when I grow up.
And no, I'm not really 65, y'all. That was a joke.
You should have kept it going.
Right. People like, really? But it helps with CBD is really good facially to use on your face and your skin because it can help with the inflammation and what have you. And then we do have a cream.
Two things that way.
Yes, that helps with like wrinkles. We have the eye cream that can help with dark spots, brightening up your eyes, puffiness, things like that, just to make you look like the best you that you can be.
Right.
And there's also apple stem cells.
This is night cream.
You can use the cream daytime and nighttime. So what I do is
okay.
when
And
I
then
wash
this
my
the eye
face, I put on that's the grinder. You can open it.
Oh.
I will put on my the face cream and the eye cream. But I also put it like here too on my chest
Okay.
because you've ever seen women that and I don't know.
Oh, that they face this part
Oh,
get
this
all
a
wrinkly
beautiful
and be
grinder.
hanging.
Okay, that one's yours.
Oh, well, because
and
I'm
so-
all examining.
And you'll see like they're all wrinkled here.
Right.
And then people talk
Okay.
about your hands like my hands don't look old.
Mine
Okay.
do, but they've been looking like that since I was
Since I was
little.
16, right?
I know, we got it from grandma.
But you know what? I do everything I put on my face, I put on my hands too.
Okay.
Because
okay.
I don't want to just look young here. I want to look young. I
all
want to
over.
look
So you
young
put it
all over.
on the boobs and the neck
So,
and all that kind
of
of
this,
stuff.
yes.
All right.
Mhm.
Cool. Day
Yep. So that's
or
our facial
night.
cream.
And then we have the anti-eye
I know,
puffiness.
Yes.
that's what because I get them dark.
Yes, me
And
too.
it'll help with
me
the dark-
too. Yep, it
Okay.
can help brighten that up. Help with
Okay.
the puffiness. I do a lot. I'm telling you, it's like I work part time in the flower shop too. No, but I also teach English as a
You said
second
flower
language.
shop?
Well, there used to be a show called In Living Color, and there was like a skit, and the person was like, "I do this,
Right,
and
right,
it would
right.
always end it with, "And I work part time in the flower shop."
Oh, I was about to say, 'cause I used to be a florist. I was about to
Oh,
say, I might
really?
can help you with some stuff. I
Oh,
got all excited.
nice.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
no, I love that. I love that.
It's so cute.
Isn't it nice? And you can catch like everything in there.
It's great.
Yes. And
It's the
so,
best gift ever.
I'm teaching children over in other countries, and so I'm up, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning teaching.
That's
So,
cool.
but with my whole day, my eyes will get puffy and stuff like that.
Right,
So
right.
this is really good to make me not look scary to the children when we're
Right.
online,
Nice.
And then we have other products, and I didn't bring everything, but we've got our
Okay.
central massage oil, which you have a sample of that here.
Okay.
This is really just amazing. This has 1,000 milligrams of CBD.
Okay.
We also
Oh,
have a
wow.
pain relief balm that is like 1 ounce that has 1,000 milligrams, super concentrated. Some of my clients really like this because they find it to be a great foreplay item.
Oh, really?
That's not what it was made for.
But all
Well,
right.
that's got some good.
There you
people
go.
get some real.
You get some
I've had
real
more
good
than one
reviews
person. Yes,
about
without
it.
me even telling them, they come back and tell
Viscosity
me.
is nice on it.
Yeah, but it's not a lubricant. It's made to make things
Yeah.
more
Moist.
sensitive. Yes, more sensitive.
Okay.
Then we have our
I get it.
traditional CBD tincture or oil that you put in the side of your cheek or under your tongue. It tastes horrible, so I always tell people put it in the side of your cheek. It is
And
a
not
full
under your
spectrum,
tongue, yeah.
right? Because I find under your tongue,
Get
you're
more flavor, taste.
you can taste more of it. You end up swallowing more of it versus putting it in the side of your cheek. It seems like it
Right.
absorbs a little bit better, and you're not swallowing as much of it. And then we have our our gummies, and I think you had we have 40 milligram each gummies and 10 milligram each gummies. You had a 40 milligram, and that was 40 milligrams of CBD. But they do have like 2 milligrams of of THC in them too, because all of our stuff is full spectrum, which means there's another packet in there. There's 2 packets in there. Which means that all of our stuff is full spectrum, so there are trace amounts of THC in our products, but they are within the federal legal limit. All of our products are third-party lab tested. There's a QR code on everything. You can scan it, go straight to our lab results. You can, even for our flour that we sell, we also have that tested as well. We've got our soft gels, which are great.
Tell us about the soft gels.
So these are nano soft gels. Oh, these are awesome. They're water soluble nano soft gels, meaning that the particles have been broken down even smaller, so you have higher bioavailability. Depending on how you take your CBD products determines how long before it becomes effective and how long it stays effective for. The longer it takes, the longer it stays in your system and stays effective. However, anytime you're swallowing something and it's working through your body, you get you get lower bioavailability than you do if you do a sublingual or if you were to drink, vapor or smoke it. So you just have different ways of taking it. So this is nice because the particles are broken down, higher bioavailability. So even though it's 25 milligrams, it can affect you like a 75 or 100 milligram tablet. And I like this is like one of my favorite products. But with the gummies, you can cut the gummies up. So you can't do that with the gel caps. It's the capsule is the capsule, right? So you take what you take. Where with the gummies, you kind of play around with it, and with the tincture, you can play around with how much you're getting at a time. So.
Right. And this is 750 milligrams of CBD. How much THC in the
that one? So the entire bottle has 750 milligrams of CBD, and it's got a little 19 point something milligrams of THC in there. Now with the one that's higher, the 1500 milligram, that's going to have more in there. I just have to look at the lab
this
results.
Is more medical, right?
Everything is considered medical. However, some people do use our products for recreational as well.
Right. So this would be for more like relaxing yourself, pain relief, things like that. So guys, go check it out. This is citrus flavor. You have some more flavors available?
Nope, just the citrus. It was more or less just to try to help with the wonderful taste of full spectrum CBD products.
Okay.
Now, if you are a full spectrum CBD manufacturer out there and you are doing full spectrum, not broad spectrum, we want full spectrum because it tends to be more effective. The efficacy is higher. Feel free to reach out to me because I am trying to find a high quality product that tastes better. But you can see how dark this is. It has a full plant profile, which is what I want. I just may not be able to get the flavor to taste but we're not taking it because we like how it tastes. We're taking it because of the effect that we're getting.
That's right. So we are getting ready to zone out, if you will. Zone out. All right. So I would like to thank you very much, Ed Lane, for coming on the show tonight, for hanging out, for sharing all this really good information about CBD, for being so open about your relationship, sharing with women, just encouraging us to open ourselves up to the fellas and just be a